Never put off till tomorrow the fun you can have today. Consciousness is only possible through change. Change is only possible through movement. The more powerful and original a mind, the more it will incline towards the religion of solitude. Most human beings have an almost infinite capacity for taking things for granted. It is natural to believe in God when you're alone, quite alone, in the night, thinking about death. To travel is to discover that everyone is wrong about other countries. Experience is not what happens to a man. It is what a man does with what happens to him. I wanted to change the world, but I have found that the only thing one can be sure of changing is oneself. Don't try to behave as though you were essentially sane and naturally good. We're all demented sinners in the same cosmic boat, and the boat is perpetually sinking. All that happens means something. Nothing you do is ever insignificant. But I don't want comfort. I want God. I want poetry. I want real danger. I want freedom. I want goodness. I want sin. We shall be permitted to live on this planet only for as long as we treat all nature with compassion and intelligence. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you mad. Words can be like X-rays if you use them properly. They'll go through anything. You read, and you're pierced. Universal happiness keeps the wheels steadily turning. Truth and beauty can't. No social stability without individual stability. Maybe this world is another planet's hell. If one is different, one is bound to be lonely. I want to know what passion is. I want to feel something strongly. An intellectual is a person who has discovered something more interesting than sex. Facts do not cease to exist because they are ignored. After silence, that which comes nearest to expressing the inexpressible is music. There are things known, and there are things unknown, and in between are the doors of perception. That men do not learn very much from the lessons of history is the most important of all the lessons that history has to teach. The secret of genius is to carry the spirit of the child into old age, which means never losing your enthusiasm. Most men and women will grow up to love their servitude and will never dream of revolution. When people are suspicious with you, you start being suspicious with them. Experience teaches only the teachable. An unexciting truth may be eclipsed by a thrilling falsehood. We are all geniuses up to the age of 10. Every man's memory is his private literature. Happiness is not achieved by the conscious pursuit of happiness. It is generally the byproduct of other activities. The trouble with fiction, said John Rivers, is that it makes too much sense. Consistency is contrary to nature, contrary to life. The only completely consistent people are the dead. Reality, however utopian, is something from which people feel the need of taking pretty frequent holidays. Great is truth, but still greater, from a practical point of view, is silence about truth. For in spite of language, in spite of intelligence and intuition and sympathy, one can never really communicate anything to anybody. Those who meant well behaved in the same way as those who meant badly. Ironically enough, the only people who can hold up indefinitely under the stress of modern war are psychotics. Individual insanity is immune to the consequences of collective insanity. We cannot reason ourselves out of our basic irrationality. All we can do is learn the art of being irrational in a reasonable way. Liberties aren't given, they are taken. A man can smile and be a villain. I can sympathize with people's pains, but not with their pleasure. There is something curiously boring about somebody else's happiness. The charm of history and its enigmatic lesson consist in the fact that from age to age, nothing changes, and yet everything is completely different. I'm afraid of losing my obscurity. Genuineness only thrives in the dark, like celery. To his dog, every man is Napoleon, hence the constant popularity of dogs. Technological progress has merely provided us with more efficient means for going backwards. A love of nature keeps no factories busy. That all men are equal is a proposition which at ordinary times no sane individual has ever given his assent.